Morning, I'm David Combs, Mayor of the City of Rocky Mount, and we have a number of people with us today that I'm happy that are joining us. The other day I had a conversation or a phone call from our former Lieutenant Governor, now ABC Board Chairman, to come by and visit with me and wanted to talk to me about an initiative that the ABC Board is doing statewide, and it has to do with underage drinking. And I think a lot of us are probably not aware of the real problem that this has become, probably not only in our state but across the country. And some of the facts and figures that the ABC Board has that they're sharing across North Carolina now are real important in terms of starting the conversation. And I'm going to let Jim Gardner talk to you a little bit about that. But we do have one of the things that he wanted to do is have Rocky Mount, which is his hometown, to be the first city in North Carolina to start this initiative. There are a number of counties, a number of sheriffs that have already signed on for it. In fact, both of ours, Edgecombe and Nash, have already signed on for this policy or what they're doing here, this initiative that the ABC Board has got going. And so we're honored today that Rocky Mount is the first city in North Carolina to be a part of this initiative, along with both Nash and Edgecombe County. I'm going to let Jim Gardner explain it to you a little bit. He'll introduce Major Mosley from Edgecombe County, and also our sheriff in Nash County, Keith Stone, that are going to say a few words. And obviously Chief Moore, we couldn't do this without Chief Moore, and he was very agreeable to this and wanted to support this in any way he could. So again, at this time, we want to thank the ABC Board Commissioners that are here with us today, other law enforcement members that are here, W.B. Bullock, one of our council members, and we have other city staff, including our city manager, that are here with us today. But again, on behalf of the City of Rocky Mount, thank you for being here. I want to thank Jim for the ability for us to be the first city in North Carolina to sign on for this initiative, and we hope every city in North Carolina will join the ABC Commission in this initiative. So at this time, welcome Jim Gardner.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, David. I can't tell you how much this means to me personally. I was born and raised in Rocky Mount. My grandchildren, who are now the 5th generation of our family in Rocky Mount, this is home. It will always be home. And when I talked to the mayor and the city manager about the possibility of having Rocky Mount as the first city in our state to support the underage drinking initiative, and they both, without hesitation, said absolutely. I really appreciate also the sheriffs who are here from both Nash and Edgecombe County, the chief of the city of Rocky Mount, because the underage initiative really covers 3 areas. First of all, is to educate the parents of young children in our state. It's a proactive activity that we're trying to spread all over the state, that if you will sit down and talk to your children when they're 11, 12, 13 years old, by the time they're in junior or senior year of high school or freshman in college, at least they will be prepared to deal with what's going to be facing them. It's a tough world for young people out there today, particularly as it pertains to alcohol. So our program is one of education. We also train people who have permits in this state about their responsibility, never to sell anybody underage, never to sell anybody who's intoxicated. But the third part of it, and one of the critical parts of it, is enforcement. Unfortunately, we have people who don't play by the rules. And I think if the state of North Carolina is going to be in the alcohol business, and we're in it in a big way, then we as a state have a responsibility to protect every child in this state. And I just can't tell you how much I appreciate both Edgecombe County and Nash County being 2 of the first, and the city of Rocky Mount, as far as enforcement, to come on board with this program. We hope it will spread into every single community in the state. And somebody asked me one day, how would you know success? Well, right now we lose 1 person per week in underage drinking related incidents. I think success would be when somebody else could stand up here and say, we didn't lose a single child in North Carolina to underage drinking. That would be success. That's what we're working toward. So again, I want to thank Mayor Combs and City Manager Charles Penny for their support. And Mayor, I'm going to let you now come on up and introduce some of our key players here.
Again, as I said earlier, we've got Chief Moore here with us today. We've got Major Mosley from Edgecombe County, and Keith Stone, our sheriff in Nash County. And I'd ask Chief Moore to come on up first, and then we'll have Keith come up, and then we'll have Major come up and say a few words about this initiative.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. What I love about this initiative is its simplicity. It goes to the heart of nurturing and raising children. Sometimes we forget that the most important person in a child's life is the parents. And what I love about the message, if you visit talkitoutinc.org to get more information, I love that it's about the parents talking to, not at their children. Not one conversation, multiple conversations about the ills of alcohol. Our children are starting to drink alcohol for the first time at 14. Amazingly, overwhelming majority of the children believe that their parents had a conversation with them about alcohol, they would have stopped. But the overwhelming majority of parents believe that a peer or a third party had the greatest impact on the child's life. And the children are saying, no, our parents. So to the parents, this initiative goes far beyond just alcohol. For drugs and other bullying, other misbehaviors, I think talking to your children, talk it out, and you will have successful young adults and successful adults in the future. Thank you.
I echo what the chief said, and after 32 years of law enforcement and being a state trooper in North Carolina for many years, I've seen the effects of alcohol, and for young people out here that are drinking and driving, all too often I went to the homes and knocked on the doors in the middle of the night to inform them that their loved one was dead over drinking and driving. When you go to this program here, it goes back just as the chief has said. Underage people, children coming up, it takes parenting. It takes our churches, it takes parenting, it takes our community. And if you see things in the community, if you see something, say something, and work with youth today. Our jails are full of these youth that are misguided, and people need to understand that alcohol is a gateway drug to other types of drugs and other criminal activity. Young people have no business drinking and driving. They have no business drinking. And to echo the effects of what the sheriff or the chief had just said, start taking care of it at home. That's where it starts. We as public service and school teachers, it's very difficult for us to do anything if they're not getting this nurturing at home. So the fact is parent your kids, and in the community, and if they're not your kids, in the churches, work with them and talk to them about the effects of what's going on to make a safe community. But thank you.
Once again, I just want to repeat what's already been said. It's a very simple approach, and the kids are the most important thing that we have in this society today. They're the greatest resource that we do have. And the problem is everybody wants to know what somebody's going to do. If you want to know who that somebody is, go look in the mirror. Talk to your kids. Talk to your family. Talk to your neighborhood kids. Talk to people in church. Until we start educating and communicating, we are destined to repeat our failures. And ladies and gentlemen, the young age of 14 drinking, that's a major failure that we need to address. As like Sheriff Stone said, beginning to drink at a young age is a gateway problem. It's going to lead to drugs and other issues, and then somebody's going to say, somebody should have done something. But ladies and gentlemen, look around. We can get you, we can put the license plates out, or excuse me, the tags out for you, but somebody needs to talk to them. That somebody is you. Thank you.
Thank you. One initiative that I thought maybe Jim was going to speak about are these bumper stickers. If you see all our city police cars now, you're going to see this bumper sticker that says, start the conversation, stop underage drinking. And I'm sure the public can get these too, I'm assuming.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the whole idea of this press conference is to kick this off as a city, but also knowing that our counties are also supporting it. But again, we want people that see this to call, because we want these on bumper stickers throughout the state, because we do think it's important that parents start to talk about their children now about this issue. It's much bigger than I expected it to be, much more involved, and again, a lot of things in life, you just got to do something about it. So thank you, Jim. Thank you for commissioner members for being here. And all our law enforcement members here that are here today, thank you for what you do each and every day in our city, in our counties, and across the state. So again, thank you all for being here. Jim, you got anything else?
No, again, just to thank you, David, and law enforcement here. And I want to echo the one thing that the mayor just said. Each and every single day, take a moment to thank our folks who are out there providing the safety that each and every one of us need. There's kind of something happening in this country right now that I don't want to see. We need to support our law enforcement at every single stage, whether it be the local police department in the city of Rocky Mount, Nash County Sheriff's Department, or Edgecombe County Sheriff's Department, wherever we go. just remember the job that they do each and every single day. We can't say thank you enough. Again, anybody who would like one of these stickers, carry it home, show it to your child, talk to them about what it means, and then let's hope in 10 years or so we won't need it anymore. Again, thank you so much, Mayor, for your effort.